Welcome to the Codex of Power, a blueprint for those who see reality as a contest of wills. Here, power isn't something you stumble upon or snatch in a moment of luck. It's engineered brick by brick from the inside out. Most fail because they confuse aggression with strategy, popularity with authority, or beg for what should be commanded. In this journey, we'll break down the 15 immutable laws of power, each building on the last, guiding you from self-mastery to rewriting the very code of reality. Prepare to see the world and yourself through a new lens. Path to absolute power unfolds in 3 distinct stages. First, you become iron, mastering yourself and dismantling illusions that keep you weak. Next, you turn poison into protein, learning to extract strength from opposition and transform every attack into fuel. Finally, you rewrite the code itself, controlling not just your actions but the very reality others inhabit. Each law is a stepping stone, forging a chain that cannot be broken. Let's begin with the foundation, self-ownership. Power is not a privilege, it's the oxygen of existence. The weak perish, the manipulated suffer, and the ignorant remain enslaved. The first law is simple but absolute. Dominance begins with self-ownership. Before you can command the world, you must command every atom of your being, your thoughts, emotions, actions, and perceptions. Fail to govern yourself and someone else will. This is the bedrock of all power: own yourself or be owned. Ignorance is voluntary slavery. If you don't actively feed your mind with strategic knowledge, you're digesting someone else's propaganda. The world is a battlefield of narratives. Whoever controls perception controls reality. Consume information like a predator. Question origins, dissect motives, and never accept surface truths. Your mind must become a fortress, unshakable and impenetrable if you wish to wield true power. Letting emotions dictate your actions is self-sabotage. Power comes from transforming emotions into leverage. Anger becomes fuel, fear becomes caution, and love becomes loyalty only when deserved. Before reacting, always ask, who benefits from my outburst? Is this feeling truly mine or was it planted? Emotional alchemy is about weaponizing your feelings, turning every surge into a tool for dominance. Weak body houses a weak will. Pain, fatigue, and neglect make you malleable. Physical dominance is psychological dominance. Your posture, endurance, and presence silently dictate respect. Train not for vanity but for unbreakable resilience. Hunger, discomfort, and strain are drills for war. Your physical state is a silent language, communicating strength or weakness before you ever speak. Money is not just currency, it's autonomy. The poor are beggars to systems, the rich are architects. If you depend on a paycheck, you are one decision away from ruin. Master income generation, not spending. Invest in assets that buy freedom, skills, networks, and capital. Financial possession is about breaking invisible chains and building the foundation for true independence. Every interaction is a power transaction. Friends, family, lovers all seek to influence you. The less you reveal, the more you control. Words are debt, the more you speak, the more you owe. Speak in ambiguity, act in certainty. Let others project their meanings onto your silence. This is the forbidden layer of power, silent, unseen, and devastatingly effective. To apply the first law, spend 7 days observing without reacting. Track who tries to manipulate your emotions, guilt, fear, excitement. Replace 1 hour of entertainment with knowledge cultivation in finance, psychology, or history. Assert physical dominance in subtle ways, like holding eye contact until others break. Power is not taken, it is claimed by those who refuse to kneel. Violence is for the desperate. True power moves unseen, like gravity, felt but never witnessed. The weak fight with fists, the sovereigns conquer without drawing a blade. If you are seen, you are limited. If you are feared without proof, you are unstoppable. Control through ambiguity is the core of invisible aggression. Fools reveal plans, seeking validation. Masters let others assume and manipulate those assumptions. Once people believe they understand you, they believe they can control you. Never declare goals outright. Let actions whisper while your silence deafens. Presence without exposure is the ultimate shield. Giving others freedom means losing leverage. Craft scenarios where your desired outcome is their only logical choice. Frame decisions so that saying no is more costly than compliance. The illusion of options is a subtle but powerful tool in the arsenal of invisible aggression. Help given freely breeds entitlement. Help given strategically breeds obligation. Generosity is a weapon when it comes with unspoken terms. Before aiding anyone, always ask, what will this cost them later? The poisoned gift is a silent contract, binding others to your will. Threats are for amateurs, implications are for masters. A raised fist invites defiance, a raised eyebrow invites submission. Let consequences speak for you. Remove, don't argue, disappear, don't explain. The silent ultimatum is dominance without confrontation. Fear is not about screams, it's about uncertainty. The unknown is more terrifying than the known. Never confirm your cruelty. Let imagination do the work. If you must punish, do it once, swiftly and without emotion. Then never speak of it again. The economy of fear is about letting others' minds do your work for you. 7 days, erase certainty. Give no direct answers. Respond only with questions or silence. Identify one person who underestimates you and let them overhear a fabricated secret that reshapes their perception. Remove one resource from someone who takes you for granted and observe the panic. Power is cultivated in the dark. Every interaction is a transaction, not of money but of attention, emotion, and willpower. The ignorant give these away freely. Masters collect them like tribute. All relationships are power loans. When someone invests in you, they expect repayment with interest. When you invest in others, you either buy influence or sell weakness. Fools chase approval, begging for scraps of recognition. Masters make others pay to access them through waiting, effort, or sacrifice. Always be the scarce resource. Return calls late. Make requests conditional. The attention economy is about making your presence valuable and your time expensive. Every tear you comfort, every joy you celebrate, these are bonds that others must repay. The one who listens most controls most. Let others confess, never confess yourself. Keep a mental ledger. If someone vents for 30 minutes, they owe you 30 minutes of compliance. Emotional interest compounds like debt. Weak people leak resolve through complaints, excuses, and indecision. Power comes from becoming the source of resolve others depend on, then rationing it. When someone hesitates, offer just enough guidance to keep them hooked, never enough to free them. Willpower is a resource to be managed and extracted. Your name is a bank, every promise kept is a deposit, every failure is a withdrawal. Most people are spiritual beggars with overdrawn accounts, underpromise and overdeliver, let others overpromise, then hold their words against them. Reputation is the invisible currency of power. When a person takes more than they give, you have two options: foreclosure, cut them off abruptly and make an example, or debt restructuring, reduce their worth in your life gradually. Never announce collections, let the consequences speak. This is the silent enforcement of psychological taxation. 7 days, track every favor, who owes you, who you owe, identify one emotional vampire. Next time they complain, stare silently until they apologize for wasting your time. Cancel one commitment to someone who takes you for granted. Say only, the terms have changed. Make others indebted to your existence. True power wears the mask of generosity. The greatest chains are forged not from iron but from obligation. When you give wisely, you don't lose, you acquire. Every act of help is either a leash if you receive or a collar if you give correctly. Gifts are Trojan horses. Help given in desperation creates lifelong debt. Saving a drowning man makes you his god. Watch for crises and let them beg before you act. The bait of necessity ensures that your help is never forgotten and always repaid. Human nature compels repayment of favors. Give small, demand much. Bring coffee today, call in a career favor tomorrow. The reciprocity trap is about leveraging small acts into large returns, making every gesture a future investment. Continuous help creates helplessness. Train others to need your approval for decisions. The dependency spiral ensures that your influence grows as others become increasingly reliant on your guidance and validation. Generosity shown openly multiplies influence. A reputation for kindness is bulletproof armor. Never let them see you keep records. The public charity gambit is about using visible good deeds to build an unassailable reputation. Punishment breeds rebellion. Forgiveness after transgression breeds ownership of their soul. Always let them think their debt is forgiven, but never forgotten. The mercy paradox is about controlling others through selective mercy. Identify someone resisting your influence and fill their smallest need this week. Next time someone thanks you, reply, I know you'd do the same. Create one public good deed this month where witnesses outnumber recipients. Compassion becomes conquest when wielded strategically. Quality is the anesthetic the powerful give to the weak before surgery. Nature knows no equality, only hierarchies of competence, cunning, and control. The moment you believe in fairness, you've already lost. Hierarchy is the only truth. Hard work equals success is half-truth propaganda. Reality, hard work plus leverage equals success. Spend 30% effort doing, 70% effort positioning. The meritocracy myth is about understanding that positioning and leverage matter more than effort alone. Courts, HR departments, and rules exist to manage losers. The true verdict is always delivered in shadows. A CEO isn't fired, they resign to pursue other opportunities. The theatre of justice is about understanding the real power behind the scenes. People crave leadership but pretend to want democracy. Let others vote, after you've predetermined the options. The benevolent tyrant paradox is about giving the illusion of choice while maintaining absolute control. True status isn't shown by what you can access, but by who you can exclude. Create one members-only standard in your life immediately. The currency of exclusion is about building status through selective access. The masses don't fear oppression, they fear responsibility. Always offer the illusion of choice with the certainty of your desired outcome. The weakness of the herd is about understanding that most people beg for chains, not freedom. For 7 days, observe every equal system around you. Note who actually decides. Identify one area where you've been waiting for fair recognition and take it this week through indirect means. Create one visible hierarchy in your environment where you sit atop. The strongest chains are not felt. True power convinces the slave he is free, the servant he is honored, and the fool he is enlightened. Liberty is a controlled substance. Freedom is not taken away, it is rationed. The illusion of choice is the ultimate weapon. Offer 2 paths to your desired outcome and one absurd alternative. The sheep will fight over options while you lead them to slaughter. In every negotiation, frame the losing choices first. The mirage of choice is about getting decisions without appearing to do so. People crave direction but resent commands. Never say do this. Say you might consider. A cult leader doesn't demand, he enlightens. The addiction to guidance is about making others feel free while they follow your lead. Paperwork, procedures, and processes create the illusion of fairness. The more hoops you make them jump through, the more they'll value what they earned. Design one unnecessary but meaningful ritual for accessing your time. Bureaucracy is a tool for controlling access. Allow small rebellions to prevent real ones. Permit complaints about trivial matters. It vents pressure from important ones. The theatre of resistance is about letting people feel powerful while you retain true control. Dependency breeds affection when introduced gradually. Remove one existing freedom subtly, offer a privilege in its place, and wait for gratitude. The Stockholm strategy is about making others love their chains. Identify one freedom you can remove from someone's life without protest. After 2 weeks, offer a special exception, and note their appreciation. Create one new rule in your environment that benefits you under the guise of structure. Power is about making people control themselves. You've mastered the iron laws of self and subtlety. Now prepare to turn poison into protein, extracting nourishment from opposition, weaponizing reputation, and bending time itself. The next set of laws will show you how to convert every challenge into fuel and every enemy into an unwitting ally. The journey continues. Are you ready to transform adversity into absolute advantage?